You better watch who you're talking to. You might regret it. Looking past Kai, he cocked his head to one side and cracked a smile at Seven before turning around and walking out with his two friends right behind him. Seven sighed and shook her head. Then she turned to enter the commons. As soon as Kai entered, the scent of popcorn and lavender air freshener filled his nose. Seven started putting the snacks in the cabinets and baskets lining the kitchenette before she spoke again. He is a bit of a jerk. His name is Yoni. He's a second-year trainee and top of his class. People either love him or they hate him. There is very little middle ground. She rolled her eyes. He's from my hometown and used to be best friends with my brother until he woke up. He doesn't know who he is playing with, Kai said. And Seven looked at Kai, a little concerned. Kai struck a pose with his chest out, fists on his hips, chin raised high, and that same sly grin and said, "Superhero, remember?" "Right. Super Kai." Seven chuckled. "No. That makes me sound like a toddler running around with a towel for a cape. I would need a better name than that." They talked hero names as they unloaded the snacks. After putting away the snacks, they browsed the other amenities. In addition to the kitchenette, there were 2 couches, a large television, and 2 small square tables with 2 red chairs each. Finally, they exited the common area with the girls' hall to the left and the boys' to the right. It was time to part ways with Seven. "Thank you for the tour. I am about to head to lunch, but I need to stop by my room to change real quick because I need to head to combat class immediately after. Did you want to go?" "I can't right now, but I will walk over with you for dinner. I was thinking about going at 6 o'clock. She turned to face him in the doorway. "Does that sound good to you?" Kai looked back at her and nonchalantly said, "Sure, that works for me. I will come to your room." They parted ways, and Kai finally made it to his dorm room. When he opened the door, he noticed the blinds were pulled, the room was bathed in light, some items had been moved, and music was playing from a speaker on the desk. Obviously his roommate had been there, but they seemed to have missed each other. "I guess I won't be getting my own room after all." Kai threw on a thin white t-shirt and silver shorts. Then, while he was lacing up his gray and red sneakers, the door suddenly swung open. A boy with billowing black curls and wearing a graphic tee came fumbling through the door with bags draped up both arms. "Oh, hey, my name is Zane." He nodded, because his hands were full. "Hi, my name's Kai. I was wondering when I would bump into you." "Did you get in this morning?" "Yeah." He walked over to his bed and put down a few plastic bags. "I got a little delayed. The plan was to get here yesterday and have some time to settle in, but that did not work out. Story of my life." Kai finished tying his shoes and then pulled on a red hoodie with CLTA in bold white letters across the chest. "Well, I'm about to head to lunch before combat readiness class. See you later," he said, then stood to walk out the door. "Yeah, I need to get over to chemistry myself. See you later," Zane replied. This time, there were more people in the halls as Kai made his way to the stairwell and headed to the cafe. When he entered the cafeteria, the buffet-style lunch overwhelmed his senses. Kai's eyes were feasting, but he was careful not to overeat before combat class. Once Kai was satisfied, he stepped out of the cafe into the busy flow of foot traffic. Finally, he approached the narrow gray building with the red metal doors just outside the massive gymnasium. Once Kai entered the combat readiness class, the scent of sweat, leather, and disinfectant filled the air. Kai was amazed to see the large room full of mats, punching bags, and obstacle courses. The room was much larger than it appeared from the outside. He was a little early for class, so he strolled around the room, checking out the equipment and looking for anyone he recognized. Kai watched as students entered, but he did not recognize them. Kai rounded a punching bag and then looked toward the entrance just in time to see the instructor enter the room. He was small, but his presence commanded attention as he walked into the room dressed in all white. "Line up along the mats!" He gave them a few moments to get in place. "I am Mr. Goyen. You may call me Mr. G. We will not be doing any introductions. I will not learn your name until you have earned your place in this class. I will not hesitate to dismiss anyone if they are late. Late means you were not prepared. Unprepared means you are already dead, and there is no need for you to be here. I will dismiss you if you are not giving 100% effort. Laziness will get you killed, and I do not want to waste space on a corpse. My goal is to get you combat ready but not send you out looking for a fight. So if you lack self-control, you will be dismissed. Do you understand these basic expectations? Everyone simultaneously said, yes. Good. Anyone ready to walk out the door? He surveyed their faces one at a time, looking for any sign of weakness. This training has a combination of first and second year trainees. You will get to know each other's strengths and weaknesses very well. You will come face to face with people and challenges that will break the weak. Mr. G stepped back to look at the group. Has anyone changed their mind yet? He looked from left to right slowly. Okay, pair up and let's get started. Partners already? I don't even know what anyone can do. Do I need a partner to help me? Or an opponent to spar? Kai looked around, unsure of who to approach based solely on appearance. A tall guy with red hair approached him. Hi, my name is Wally. He held out his hand, and they bumped fists. Kai, he replied. Want to partner up? Wally asked. Sure, Kai said. Just like that, he found a partner. Kai stood beside Wally and took another look around the room as the others continued to find partners. He had an eerie feeling someone was watching him. A few seconds later, he realized why. Yoni was at the far end of the room, shadowboxing and staring right at him. What the hell is this guy's problem? 2 minutes later, Mr. G spoke up. Stand across from your partner. I hope you chose wisely because this is your new teammate. No matter how good you are, having a partner can be the difference between life and death. Right now, you do not know anything about each other. Throughout this training, you will need to find out how you can complement each other to succeed. Not every partner is golden, and not every day will be good. Selfish partners will only cheat themselves in the end. Wally looked at Kai from head to toe. Is he underestimating me? Now Kai was under the impression Wally had chosen him because he thought he could win if they had to spar. Combat does not start with your fist. To learn in this class, you must be open to learning new things. Mr. G paced from one end of the room to the other. So if you know everything already, then you are invited to leave. To get your mind ready, we will begin with discipline. By the end of the week, you will need to know the Cherry Lane Creed and complete a basic fitness exam. Mr. G pointed at a poster on the wall. Repeat this. Cherry Lane Training Creed. I am in the right place and ready to grow. I thrive in the light of day. I thirst for knowledge and hunger for a challenge. I will shed bad habits to find my balance. They spent the rest of the class reviewing the meaning of each line of the creed and other expectations for the course. Before you leave this room today, you must do 50 push-ups. Your partner will count you out. Wally and Kai finished the task. They exchanged information as they left the class and went their separate ways. The interweaving sidewalks were full of trainees on their own journeys throughout campus. Kai was walking back to the dorm and spotted Zane's unmistakable fluffy hair just ahead of him. He sped up to meet him. Hey Zane, Kai called. Hey, are you done with classes for the day too? Zane asked. Yes. Just trying to get cleaned up before heading to dinner. I am supposed to meet a friend. How was the combat class? Zane asked. The teacher, Mr. G, is pretty intense, but I think it will be a good class, Kai replied. I am not much of a fighter, but I figured I should pick up a few skills while I'm here. I'm considering taking that class next year, Zane said. Yoni and his friends cut them off as they approached the building, but Kai did not say anything. General rudeness he could let slide, but he had no tolerance for people putting their hands on him. So, they were right behind Yoni when Kai overheard. Right, this year is going to be a breeze. Kai looked at Zane and said, I can't wait to take that guy down a peg. Really? I heard he's one of the strongest people here. He is really fast. Kai scoffed. Fast? I've been dealing with fast all my life. I can handle fast.